All right, welcome back. We did that deep dive into knee flexibility last time with all those stretches and stuff. Well, today we're taking things up a notch.
Yeah,
It's time for knee strengthening exercises.
that's right. That's like building a fortress around your knees, you know? We're talking about resilience here, not just recovery.
I like that. Building a fortress around your knees.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah,
So this is perfect for anyone,
yeah.
whether you're, bouncing back from an injury or just want your knees to feel like they could, take on anything.
Right.
This one is for you. So let's get right into it. Why is it so important to build strength around the knee?
Well, imagine your knee joint is like a finely tuned race car. It needs all its parts to be working perfectly.
Yeah.
But without strong muscles acting as shock absorbers,
No.
that race car is going to break down fast.
Okay, so I'm hearing weak muscles means no pit crew for our knees
You've got it.
when things get rough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those muscles are the first line of defense. They protect your delicate cartilage from everyday wear and tear.
Right.
Without them, it's like bone on bone.
Ouch.
And that's a recipe for pain and long-term damage.
No thanks. So I guess it's not about bulking up. It's about, strategic strength training.
Right.
What muscles should we be focusing on here?
It's like a power team. Okay. You've got your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your glutes, and even those calves play a role.
Wait, calves?
Yeah.
Really? I wouldn't have thought those impact the knee that much.
Oh, yeah. It's all about balance. Think of it like a wobble table.
Right.
One leg is shorter than the others.
Like
Same
that.
with your muscles. And imbalance can actually make you more prone to injury.
That makes sense. Okay, so let's break down this balanced strength idea for each muscle group.
Sure.
And let's start with the quads. Those are front of the thigh.
Yeah. Front and center.
Okay.
They're your knee straighteners, essential for running, jumping, even just standing up gracefully.
So strong quads equal, like, power moves.
Exactly. Now, on the flip side, you've got your hamstrings, back of the thigh. They're responsible for bending the knee.
Right.
But more importantly, controlling those sudden stops and twists. That can lead to some nasty injuries.
So hamstrings are like the braking system for the knee,
You got it.
protecting us from those wipeouts.
Precisely. And they're crucial for athletes, especially in sports, with quick changes in direction.
Right.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. The glutes. You might think, what do my hips have to do with my knees?
Yeah, good point.
But here's the thing. Weak glutes can actually cause your knees to collapse inward,
Oh, no.
leading to pain and instability.
So it's not just about looking good in those jeans.
Nope.
Strong glutes actually protect our knees.
Absolutely. Think of them as the foundation for a stable, well-aligned lower body. And finally, we can't forget about those calves.
All right.
They contribute to ankle stability, which directly impacts the knee joint during movement.
So it's a chain reaction. Like weak calves can mess with our ankles, which then messes with our knees.
Exactly. It highlights the importance of a holistic approach to lower body strength. We can't isolate one muscle group. Everything works together.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that knee strengthening has benefits that go beyond just the knees themselves.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Well, think of it this way. Stronger knees lead to better balance, improved posture, and a reduced risk of injury throughout the body,
Mhm.
for instance. Have you ever noticed someone whose knees kind of cave inwards when they walk?
Oh, yeah?
That often stems from weak glutes and can actually lead to hip and lower back problems down the line.
Wow, so it's like a domino effect.
Yeah,
We're not just building knee strength, we're building overall body resilience.
exactly. It's about creating a foundation for effortless movement,
Yeah.
whether you're an athlete or just tackling your daily routine.
All right, so how do we actually go about building this knee-saving strength? Where do we even begin?
Well, let's start with something accessible to everyone. Body weight exercises.
Okay.
You can do these anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
No fancy equipment needed.
Perfect. I'm all about that convenient workout life. What are some go-to bodyweight moves for knee strength?
Squats are a classic for a reason.
Yep.
They work all the major muscle groups around the knee. Quads, glutes, hamstrings, the whole shebang.
Squats are a staple in my routine, but I have to admit I sometimes struggle with proper form. Any tips for our listeners?
Sure, imagine you're sitting back into a chair.
Okay.
Keep your back straight, core engaged, chest lifted. And don't be afraid to modify. If you're new to squats, you can start with a shallower range of motion or try a chair squat for extra support.
That's a good tip. And, squats come in many flavors.
Oh, yeah.
Sumo squats with a wider stance can target those inner thighs and glutes.
Right.
And then single leg squats are great for challenging your balance and coordination.
Absolutely. Variety is key to keeping things interesting and targeting different muscle fibers.
I like it. All right, so we've got squats. What about lunges?
Ah, yes, lunges. Another foundational move.
I love a good lunge. It makes me feel strong and graceful.
Exactly. They build strength, balance, and coordination. We've got forward lunges, reverse lunges.
Hold on, what's the difference between those two?
Yeah,
And which one's better for knee health?
that's a great question. Forward lunges primarily target the quads, while reverse lunges emphasize the glutes and hamstrings.
Okay.
Both are beneficial, but if you're feeling any knee sensitivity, reverse lunges might be a gentler option to start with.
All right, good to know. So we've got squats, we've got lunges. What other bodyweight exercises should we add to our arsenal?
Step-ups are fantastic for strengthening the quads and glutes, and the best part is you can use a staircase for convenience.
Oh, I love that. Just
Hmm.
incorporate it into your daily routine.
Exactly. And then we have bridges. They might seem simple, but they're a powerhouse for strengthening the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back,
Oh, yeah?
which, as we discussed, indirectly supports knee stability.
Bridges are definitely a sneaky core workout.
Yeah.
They don't look like much, but you really feel those muscles working.
They're a great way to build that foundational strength and stability we need for healthy knees.
All right, so we've got a solid foundation with these bodyweight exercises. But what if we want to challenge ourselves further? What about adding some resistance?
It's like adding rocket fuel to those knee strengthening exercises, you know? It really promotes muscle growth and endurance. It takes your knee health to the next level.
Okay, so are we talking resistance bands? Weights?
Hmm.
What are our options here?
Resistance bands are great. They're so versatile and portable, and they're great for targeting specific muscles, like those all-important hip stabilizers we talked about.
I love resistance bands. They're so easy to travel with, or even just working out at home. Can you give us an example of a resistance band exercise that really targets those hip stabilizers?
Lateral band walks are a game changer for hip stability. It's where you place a resistance band around your thighs, just above your knees, and you take small steps sideways, keeping tension in the band. It's like you're activating those tiny, often neglected muscles that play such a huge role in knee stability.
It's like giving those muscles a wake-up call.
Exactly, and because you're moving laterally, it really challenges your balance and coordination,
Yeah.
which is super important for preventing those knee injuries.
Okay, that's going on my list of must-try exercises. What about weighted exercises? Those seem a bit more intimidating.
Weighted exercises are fantastic for building strength and power. Think goblet squats.
Okay.
You hold a kettlebell or a dumbbell close to your chest while you squat. It really engages your core and amps up that quad and glute activation.
Okay, I'm picturing it. Sounds intense, but effective.
Yeah. And another one is the classic deadlift. It targets your hamstrings, glutes, and lower back, building a strong posterior chain that supports your knees from behind.
I've always heard that deadlifts are great for overall strength, but I never realized how much they could benefit the knees.
Oh, they're essential. But remember, with weighted exercises, form is super important. Start light, focus on your technique, and then gradually increase the weight as you get stronger. No need to rush it.
That's great advice. Don't try to lift more than you can handle. Speaking of taking it easy, what about people with existing knee issues or those recovering from injuries? Are there low-impact options for building strength?
Absolutely. You don't have to pound the pavement to build strong knees. Cycling is fantastic because it's adjustable to your comfort level, and it's extremely easy on the joints.
Cycling is my go-to for cardio. That doesn't stress my knees. What about something a little more aquatic?
Ooh, swimming and aqua exercises are ideal
Yeah.
because the buoyancy of the water reduces that joint stress while still providing resistance. It's like strength training without the impact.
So you get all the benefits of resistance without all the pounding. That's awesome. What a great option for anyone with joint sensitivities. Any other low-impact suggestions?
The elliptical trainer is another great one. It provides low-impact cardio
Yeah.
and works those leg muscles without putting excessive strain on your knees.
I love the elliptical. It's such a good full-body workout. And it's gentle on the joints. Now, even though we're really focusing on strength in this episode, I know we can't forget about flexibility. They kind of go hand in hand, right?
Absolutely. Stretching is like the yin to strength training's yang. It keeps those muscles supple and improves range of motion, allowing your knees to move freely without restriction.
Yeah, it's like giving your knees that extra TLC. So important.
Exactly. And while we're on the topic of different types of exercises, let's briefly touch on isometric exercises and functional exercises.
Okay, isometric. That sounds intense. What are those?
So isometric exercises involve holding a position without movement. They're great for building strength while minimizing joint movement, which makes them ideal for people dealing with knee pain.
Right.
A classic example is a wall sit, where you basically slide down a wall into a squat position and hold it for a set time.
So you're really engaging those muscles without putting a lot of strain on the joint itself.
Yeah.
That's cool. And what about functional exercises? What sets those apart?
Functional exercises mimic those real-life movements, training your muscles to work together in ways that benefit everyday activities. They improve your overall movement efficiency and help reduce the risk of injury in just your daily life.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
We want to be strong and functional in the real world, not just at the gym.
Exactly. A great example of a functional exercise is a box jump,
Mm.
which strengthens that explosive power and knee stability, skills that you need for things like climbing stairs or jumping over obstacles.
Oh, yeah. I can definitely see how that translates directly into everyday life. So we've covered a lot of ground here, from bodyweight basics to resistance training, even those specialized exercises like isometric and functional moves. It's a lot to take in.
Mhm.
What's the best way for our listeners to figure out which exercises are right for them?
That's a great question. It all comes down to personalization.
Okay, let's talk about that personalization process.
hmm
What are the key things to consider when choosing knee strengthening exercises?
Well, you got to start by assessing your goals. What are you hoping to achieve? Are you an athlete who's striving for peak performance? Are you recovering from an injury? Or are you just focused on maintaining healthy knees as you age?
So the why behind your workouts is crucial.
Uh-huh.
It helps determine the best approach.
Absolutely. And once you've figured out your goals, it's super important to start simple
Mm.
and then gradually increase the intensity.
Hmm.
Begin with those bodyweight exercises to establish a solid foundation before progressing to resistance-based or higher impact movements.
Yeah, don't try to go from zero to hero overnight. Slow and steady wins the race, right?
Exactly. Listen to your body and don't push yourself too hard too soon. And speaking of listening to your body, let's talk about warming up and cooling down.
Yeah, warming up is like getting your engine revved up and ready to go.
Mm.
What are some good warm-up exercises for knee strengthening?
Light cardio, like walking or jogging, is great for increasing blood flow to those muscles. And don't forget dynamic stretches like leg swings and torso twists to prepare those joints for movement.
I always feel so much better when I warm up properly. It's like my body's ready to tackle anything.
Exactly. It preps your muscles and joints for the workout ahead, and that reduces your risk of injury. And then on the flip side, we've got cooling down, which helps your body transition back to that resting state.
Yeah, cooling down often gets overlooked, but I found it so crucial for preventing muscle soreness. What are your go-to cool down exercises?
Gentle stretches, like holding a hamstring stretch or a quad stretch, are great for improving flexibility and reducing that post-workout stiffness.
So warm up to prime those muscles and cool down to show them some love afterwards.
Exactly.
I got it. Aside from warming up and cooling down and, gradually increasing intensity. Any other tips for preventing injuries?
Yeah. The most important tip I can give you is to listen to your body. Don't push through pain. If you're feeling any discomfort, stop the exercise and maybe consult with a healthcare professional.
Yeah, pain is our body's way of telling us something's not right.
Yeah.
So pay attention to those signals.
Absolutely. And remember, consistency is key. Aim to incorporate those knee strengthening exercises into your routine at least 2 to 3 times per week. And be patient. Building strength takes time and dedication.
It's a journey, not a destination.
Well said. Celebrate those small victories along the way, and you'll be amazed at the progress you make over time.
Yeah, it really is inspiring to see how much progress you can make when you just stay consistent and celebrate those small wins along the way.
That's it. That's not about becoming a powerlifter overnight. It's about making those gradual, sustainable changes that are going to support your knee health for the long haul.
Exactly. And you know what's so cool? You don't need to spend hours at the gym to reap the benefits.
Right.
Even just small tweaks to your daily routine can make a world of difference.
I love that.
Yeah.
Think about it. You can take the stairs instead of the elevator.
Oh, yeah?
You can do a few squats while you're waiting for your coffee to brew.
Right?
Those little moments of movement really add up over time.
It's like sneaking in a mini workout without even trying.
Exactly. It's all about finding those opportunities to move your body and strengthen those knees.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, let's do a quick recap of those key takeaways. First up, we talked about the importance of those powerhouse muscles surrounding the knee. The quads, hamstrings, glutes, and calves, they're like a protective shield, absorbing impact and keeping those joints happy.
Absolutely. And we really dug deep into this concept of balanced strength, making sure all those muscle groups are working together harmoniously.
Yeah.
And imbalance is a recipe for disaster,
Yeah.
increasing your risk of pain and injury.
Right. And then we explored a whole bunch of exercises, from those body weight basics like squats and lunges to resistance training with bands and weights. We even touched on those more specialized moves like isometric and functional exercises, catering to different needs and fitness levels.
Yeah, there's truly an exercise out there for everyone, no matter what you prefer. The gym, the pool, the comfort of your own home, there's so many ways to strengthen those knees.
Yeah. And we can't forget about those essential tips for injury prevention: warming up, cooling down, gradually increasing the intensity, and most importantly, listening to your body's signals.
It's all about respecting your body
Yeah.
and working with it, not against it.
I love that. And, building knee strength isn't just about physical health. It's about freedom of movement,
Right.
confidence, and the ability to embrace life's adventures without limitations.
I couldn't agree more. Strong knees empower you to move through the world with ease and grace, enjoying all the activities you love without hesitation.
Absolutely. So, dear listeners, as we say goodbye for today, we want to leave you with this thought. What small step can you take today to prioritize your knee health?
Maybe it's trying one new exercise, incorporating more squats into your routine, or simply taking a moment to appreciate the incredible strength and resilience of your own body.
Those are great ideas. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of knee strengthening. Until next time, happy strengthening.